Hi guys, so I'm going to just do a totally off the cuff impromptu video and I'm going to be walking around in it because my little baby's in the carrier and he gets a bit fussy if I stand still, so hopefully you won't get too dizzy watching this video. But I just wanted to make this video because it's actually Father's Day this week in Australia. I don't know if it is in your part of the world as well. And so, you know, those of us who are solo mothers, single mothers by choice, we have to deal with this. And I definitely had to deal with it today because the woman who takes my daughter to daycare and drops her off came home today with a little package of stuff for me, my quote unquote Father's Day present. And it basically is a big card with a picture that says Dad on the front. In fact, I'm going to go get the card to show it to you. Right? And on the back it says, Happy Father's Day, love baby Star, on my daughter's name. And I was like, quite taken aback when I first saw it because I actually had a conversation with my daughter's daycare center about the fact that she doesn't have a dad. She's from a solo mom family. I'm a single mother by choice. She was conceived through a sperm donor. It's going to be tricky on Father's Day. How are they going to handle it? And they basically told me that they're very inclusive there. They'll make sure she does a card for me or for her grandfather. So I was surprised that the card would refer to Dad and would say Happy Father's Day on it because they could have put Mum or they could have said special person or something. But then I felt better because I looked through the rest of the package and there's actually a picture of me and my daughter that they had taken at the daycare center when they celebrated Mother's Day a few months ago. And they, on the back of that, they printed a little poem about being a mum, about motherhood. And I thought that was really sweet. So the combination of the picture of me as a mum with the quote about motherhood, plus the card that said Dad, Happy Father's Day, all together was acknowledging, you know, the situation in our house. But I just had to notice my own reaction when I just saw the Father's Day card when I hadn't seen the rest of it. It definitely was a bit of a shock to my system. Oh, sweetie, you want me to walk around, don't you? You're going to have to walk around a bit. He's just woken up and he's a bit like, I want to walk around, Mummy. He's so cute, look. He's nearly almost 3 months old. Yeah, very talkative. P.S. I just wanted to say yes, it is technically the middle of winter here in Australia, but it is absolutely boiling here today. We're having some kind of a weird heat wave for a week, and then hopefully it'll go back to being winter again, which is why I'm totally sweaty and boiling hot and standing in the backyard in the shade rather than out the front where I normally do videos because it's just too hot out there. So back to the topic of this video. So I had to really look at my reaction to that Father's Day card. And this was before I had seen the other bit with the mother stuff on it. I had about 10 minutes in between the two before I realized there was another thing in there. And I really had to sit with it. And I actually felt okay because I realized, well, firstly, they really care about my daughter at this place. Like, they've been really good to her. They've really looked after her. They're very loving. They've been very patient with her. It took her a long time to adjust to being in daycare because obviously she'd only ever been around me. She'd never been, you know, raised by a father or a grandparent or anything. So she'd never even had a babysitter. So when she first started daycare, it took her a long time. It took her a long time to get comfortable there, and they were really loving to her, really patient to her. So I was like, okay, they sent me a card which says Dad. But at the same time, they're a wonderful daycare center and they're really caring people. So let's cut them some slack. They probably just made a mistake. But then I also had to think about the fact that, look, as solo mums, we can sometimes be a bit oversensitive about this stuff. Like, we have chosen to go down an unusual path. Not everybody else in the world is going to understand it and support it. And sometimes we're going to have to face situations where a child has to do a Father's Day thing and they don't change that to please us, or we're invited to a party and all the other parents are in couples and we're the only one who's not. You know, there's so many situations, or people ask you all the time, where's the father? Who's the father? And sometimes we can take it personally, we can get annoyed, like, why are they always asking where's the father? It's so inappropriate. Like, but the thing is, we really have to also have compassion for other people, because other people may not really understand this path. They may never have met anyone who's chosen to have a child by themselves. They may just not be familiar with it. They might not have a sense of what's appropriate, what's politically correct, what's inappropriate. They just may not understand it. They may just be genuinely curious. Sorry, I'm moving around so much, but I'm trying to find the light. And I think we have to not only have compassion for ourselves, and sometimes we need to have conversations with people and explain, look, what you just said was a little bit offensive to me or upset me a little bit, but also we have to have compassion for other people. Put ourselves in their shoes. They may just not be familiar with this situation. And I think it's really important if you're going to go down a path like this to have a thick skin, to know that you're not doing what everyone else does, and that's okay, but the consequences of that are sometimes you're not going to fit in situations, or the childcare centre or the birthday party may not be equipped to manage your solo family situation. I mean, I'm assuming that childcare centres will be more equipped because they probably have a lot of families who are not mainstream. But other situations like play dates or birthday parties or toddler activities or swimming lessons, they may not be so used to it. So, you know, you just have to have a little bit of a thick skin. And if you get a Father's Day card that your child does to you and brings home and it says Dad on the front and Happy Father's Day, you just have to kind of take it with a grain of salt. I mean, technically, I kind of am her dad. And I took it as, well, I am a fantastic dad and I deserve a Father's Day card because I'm actually doing the father and the mother role for my children. You know, I'm providing for them, I'm looking after them, I'm doing everything for them. And I should get a bloody Father's Day card and a Mother's Day card because I'm doing both, don't you reckon, little baby? What do you think about that? So in the end, before I saw that second part of it, which had the mum bit, I was like, you know what, I'm going to take that Father's Day card and I'm going to stick it up on the fridge because I'm a damn good father. I'm a damn good dad. So that was really my kind of final place that I ended up at. But I still wanted to make a video about it because I think it's important that we talk about this stuff because we can get very sensitive as a group and as individuals about how these things should be handled by strangers or by daycare centres or by friends or by family. And I think we just have to be a little bit less sensitive about it, take care of our own feelings, talk about it in our own forums, like with other solo mums on our YouTube channel or in our Facebook group with other solo mums. I run my own online private community for women on an unusual path to motherhood, unusual path, and most of them are solo mums. Oh, sweetie boy. La, la, la. I think he wants some milk. You want some milky? I'm also currently setting up a program, which I'm going to launch soon, which I've been working on for months in my tiny bit of spare time when I'm not looking after him, called Support Pods, where I'm going to be introducing single mother by choice solo mums to each other, putting them in small groups with women at the same age, same stage of their journey, so they can really support each other. I will let you know when that's launching. It will be soon because that's going to be awesome. But things like that, when you can actually have a group of besties who are also solo mums at the same stage as you, where you can call them and go, or you can message them and go, oh my God, I just got a Father's Day card from my daughter's daycare centre and it said Dad on it. So I'm a bit confused about that. I did have a conversation with them that she doesn't have a dad. You know, and you can have a group of women who actually understand you rather than being disgruntled against the system or the mainstream society. Because the system, mainstream society are not always going to understand you. You just have to be able to be okay with that. But it's also important to have conversations with other people in the system, in society. Like I had a conversation with my daycare centre and I'm glad I did. And that's probably why they added the second piece to that card where they put the picture of me and the message about motherhood, because they were acknowledging and honouring that I am her mum and her dad, and that if they're going to give me a Father's Day card, they should also give me a Mother's Day card on the same day. And that was really sweet of them. So that wouldn't have happened probably if I hadn't had that conversation. Oh, little man, I think you're wanting some milky, so I should get off this video, don't you think? Look, he's nearly 3 months. My next video, I'll tell you the name I've given him for his YouTube channel name, but this video is about Father's Day, so I'm not going to say it here. Little man, do you want to have some milky? I think he does. Anyway, guys, that's just my little rant about Father's Day and all things to do with Father's Day for the solo mamas, women on the solo mama path who watch my videos. We just have to look after ourselves, support each other, and have a little bit of a thicker skin, and just know that the choice we've made to have a baby by ourselves is the right one, even if it makes for some awkward moments on Father's Day and at picnics and at birthday parties, because the best thing about being a solo mum is that you get to make all the decisions for your child. You don't have to kind of spend a lot of your time dealing with another person, an adult, in romantic issues and conflicts. You can spend all your time with your kids. And if, God forbid, the relationship would break down, you would have to deal with custody disputes and lawyers and courtrooms, and you don't have to do any of that as a solo mum. You don't even have to deal with picking a child up from drop-offs to the ex-partner and sharing your child with someone, never knowing what your child is up to when they're not with you. And it's just so much easier in a lot of ways than the stuff a lot of my friends are going through who are with a partner or who started out with a partner and it went belly up and now they're having to go through divorce. So there's a lot of advantages to being a solo mum. You just really get to focus on your children and build a really beautiful bond. And obviously over time, as more women are taking this path, more unusual families of all kinds with 2 mums, 2 dads, this and that will become more and more prevalent. We won't have these issues arising in childcare centres where mums are given dad cards. Maybe they'll be given a family card instead. Happy Family Day. Or maybe we can all just be okay with the fact that there is a Father's Day. Fathers are important. Plenty of children have fathers. It's a beautiful thing to honour those fathers. I'm definitely going to raise my kids to know that fathers are important and that a man who is a good father is a wonderful man. I would like my son to know that one day he could be a father and be a wonderful man and a wonderful father. My children don't happen to have one, but that doesn't mean they're not a great thing. It's like my children don't happen to know an astronaut, but astronauts are great. You know, they still can be celebrated and honoured. You can still celebrate the Nobel Prize winning physicist, even if you don't happen to know personally a Nobel Prize winning physicist. You can still celebrate them. So I'm still celebrating fathers on Father's Day. I'm laughing at the fact that I got a Happy Father's Day card. I like to think I'm a very good dad because basically I provide for my child and do everything that a dad would do. So yeah, I deserve a Father's Day card. It was actually quite appropriate. Happy Father's Day to me. Okay, I'm going to go and drink some water because I'm really hot, as you can see. I'll let you know when I launch the support pods thing. It's happening very soon. I've been building it for the last couple of months. It's nearly ready. And I hope you've been enjoying my series that I've been releasing about my breastfeeding journey. I'm going to release the next couple of parts of that over the next few weeks so you can see what happened later. All right, guys, big hugs from me. I'm sending you so much love, so much baby dust. Sorry for the totally random impromptu-ness of this video. It just totally happened out of the blue, as you can tell by my face. All right, guys, bye.